Howdy. I did a tutorial a couple months back on Corner of My Eye by the Lemon Twigs. Pretty neat song, really neat band. I'm not really a tutorial guy, but somebody commented on that and asked if I could do When Winter Comes Around, which is the lead track on their newer album. So, yeah, you don't got to twist my arm. I'll try to teach you how to do it. I think instead of like kind of going through the whole song, I might actually start at the second verse, I think, and kind of play through that cool echo chambery sort of Simon and Garfunkel Beach Boys type solo thing, so that you can get a feel for the parts of the song, the different chord progressions that you would really need to play the whole thing, okay? So here's what we're shooting for. I guess you're either going to be like, yeah, I want to play that, or no, that sucks, and I'll move on. Either way, it's fine by me. And I'm not sure if I got the lyrics right, so don't crucify me. I'm a teacher, and I've got a lot of my records in my classroom, this one included, and I can't get in there and check the, the lyrics. Anywho, there's a voice divides the flame, sends it back from where it came to the cradle of its birth. Grief has consumed our eyes and filled our bed with lies, like soil fills the earth. Abandoned, denied, like a dead man out of mind, but no one trails the There's a voice divides the flame, sends it back from where it came to the cradle of its birth. Go back from where you came, though you're bound to wake up again. So on, so forth. Isn't that lovely? What a group. What a man Brian D'Addario is. To play this song, you could certainly strum chords that I'll give you and hum along, but you probably want to know how to Travis pick. So I think what I'll do is teach you how to Travis pick really quick, hopefully. Run back to kind of like the intro of the song, and then again head into that second verse kind of through, because if you've got the chords down for each of those sections, if I'm not mistaken, you should be good to go from start to finish, should you like to do that, okay? Travis picking, if you haven't done it before, is very neat. Should unlock a lot of songs for you, so it's a good skill to learn. Yeah, I'll just shut up and let's do it. Grab a open C chord for me. And I think to not make this an hour long, I might just call out some chord names for you. And if they're like somewhat standard, I won't go over like where to put your fingers and everything. But if you don't know how to play an open C, no shame, friend. Just hop on Google Images or something and look up guitar C chord. You'll see a chart where to put your fingers, and you'll move on with your life. C chord, we're going to take our thumb and our middle finger. We're going to pinch the A string, it's the second string, and the B string with our middle, okay? A with the thumb, B with the middle. Our Travis picking, we want to sound like this. So after we do that initial pinch, the next part, our thumb is going to come up to this D, and our pointer finger is going to chase that note with the G string, plucking the G string, okay? Just like that. Kind of a two-parter, your Travis picking, and that's the first part. Part dos, instead of, it's basically, you know, Herman's Hermits, second verse, same as the first, just a slight tweak. Instead of plucking these two at the same time, we're going to hit the A with our thumb first and the B with our middle finger right after it. Okay, and then same thing after we do that with our thumb coming up to the D and our pointer finger coming up to the G. And a lot of times when you Travis pick, you kind of want to get like a little bass action going too, if you can. I'll try to get that real quick thrown in. Play the first part of that pattern on this open C, and then take your fourth finger that's holding down the root note, the C, on the third fret of the A string. Pop that puppy on down to the E string, third fret, to play that G note and play the second part of your pattern. So first part, second part. Sorry if I didn't give you a great visual or instructions there. Hopefully that kind of clicked or made sense. If it didn't, maybe just like take a break from me and look up like another YouTube tutorial on how to Travis pick with somebody who explains it a little bit better. And again, you know, Travis picking is like a great thing to learn. So if you don't know how to do it already, take like 10 minutes, 2 hours, whatever you need. Just like practice it, and it'll become like walking and breathing for you. Very, very doable without too much thought. Okay. I'll back up real quick to kind of like the intro that precedes the first set of lyrics, and we'll go through that, and then I'll jump back through that piece I played for you at the start. Okay. So that the start, I'm not nailing it like Brian does, but here's kind of like a poor man's version that's close. So we're going to start out with the C, and we're going to kind of do like a little melody over our picking pattern a little bit. And to get that going, start out for me by, just like we were doing earlier, pluck the A string with your thumb and the B string with your middle finger. Didn't mean to flip you off, sorry, at the same time. And then take your pinky, pop it up on the third fret of the B string. Stick with your third finger after you fret that third fret on the B string and catch the open high E. And then I guess when you do that, you might pinch and catch the root C again. A string with your thumb, okay? And then we're gonna, do that, because then you're gonna hit your Travis picking pattern. Do that pinch. Travis pick on your C. We're going to go from this to an E minor, but before we do, we want to catch the third fret on the G. Or sorry, it's a G note, but third fret on the E. E minor. Okay. We're going to go from an E minor to an F, and again, we'll catch a little note on our way over there. The third fret on the B string, kind of an E7, to an F. F. Here comes a bit of a trickier chord. Also, if you can't play an F bar chord, no shame. You could do this cheaper version of an F chord up here. But maybe do try to learn your bar chords. They're good to know. This next chord is a little bit unique. Sounds awesome. It's a, I think you would call it like an F sharp over a D7. Don't crucify me if I got that one wrong. Okay. Maybe I'll show you the easier way to play that too first, and then we'll come back to that. You could grab just an open D7 chord if barring that is going to be tricky for you. And I've got this like goofy guitar from my grandpa that was like an 8-string jazz thing he rigged up. So I took these two off and I've got like a standard 6 kind of below that. Long story short, this is a really fat neck, and what you would want to do with your open D7 is take your thumb and catch the E string on the 2nd fret, but this thing's too fat for me to get there, so do it. I'll hit it with you in spirit. I'll put my pinky down on that so you can see what we're doing. Okay, that ought to be a lot easier for you to play than this, but if you can hit this, more power to you. We're gonna go bar the 2nd fret with this pointer finger, okay? Your pinky, put down on the 5th on the A string, take your ring finger and put it down on the 4th of the D. Your middle finger you want to have on the 3rd fret of the B string. Okay. Again, we went from an F to there. Back to a C. And then when we go from a C to a G7 here, see if you can't catch like the open E string when you're picking it. G7. We're going to go from a G7 to an F, and when we do that, we want to catch the 3rd fret on the B string, down to this F, back to a C. Now, if catching those like extra kind of melody notes is flummoxing you, you know, just strum it or pick it. Okay, let's get into the lyrics and whatnot. Again, you go from there to the start of the song. There's a leaf that returns in the fall, etc., etc. But I'm gonna jump into the kind of like the second, I don't know if it's called the 2nd verse, but the 2nd verse-ish, with "There's a voice divides the flame," or plane, I don't know what word. We're going to a C there. There's a voice that divides, E minor, the flame, F, sends it back, D minor, from where it came, C, to the cradle of its G7, birth is an F, up to a D minor. Let's take that from the top, and then I'll talk about a little action we can get with the D minor. A little slow here. There's a voice that divides the flame, sends it back from where it came. One more time. There's a voice, C, that divides, E minor, the flame, F, sends it back from where it came, D minor, to a C, to the cradle, G7, of its birth, F, D minor. And on this D minor, kind of like a fun, simple lick. We're going to go through, I don't even know if you would call it a lick. To get that action going, what I would love for you to do is pinch the D string with your thumb and the high E with your middle finger. Take your pointer, pluck the B string. Again, we're holding down a D minor shape. You're going to hammer onto this 1st fret of the E string next. And then catch maybe like the G string with your thumb. Okay, one more time. There's a voice New lyrics, same chord progression pretty much. Grief, C, has consumed E minor. Our eyes, F, and filled D minor. Our bed with lies like soil. We went from a D minor, and on lies we were at a C. Like soil, G7. Soil fills the earth. G7 to a C, and then we're going to spam a C7 here. And when we transition from this section to the next one, my timing might be a little bit off here, but essentially what I've been doing is just kind of getting some rolling action, going with a pick on a C7 chord. If you don't know how to play a C7, you got your open C, and you just take your pinky and you put it down on the 3rd fret of the G string. And what I'm doing is I'm starting with my middle finger on the B string. My pointer finger is going to be on the G, and my thumb is going to be on the D, and I'm going B, G, A, top to bottom, kind of. Back to the top and just rolling it. Okay. So we would go like soil fills the earth. And then I think I hang it up by that B string again. That's where I'm ending it. B string with my middle finger. New section of the song, bridge, maybe not the right term, I don't know, but it's different. New chords, abandon, maybe I'll play through it real quick, in case you forgot. Abandoned tonight like a dead man out of mind, but no one trails the hearse. Okay, so on abandon, we're playing an F. Still Travis picking. Abandoned, denied. B7. And I'm getting the bass action going with my B7 by hopping between 2nd fret on the B, 2nd fret on the A, that B note, B root, and the 2nd fret on the E, low E, with my 4th finger. You could, of course, just keep it here. Abandoned, denied like a C on Dead Man. Actually, I think it's like a C, E over the C too. So if you catch the open E with this, that's also lovely. Dead man out of mind. On mind, you guys, I've got no clue what this chord is called, but I think I got it right. And I'm just playing a A minor, essentially. Okay, A minor shape. Don't hit the A string. Again, I can't do this because I got the fat neck, but what you guys probably want to do if you don't have the fat neck blues is take your thumb and cover the 2nd fret on the E. I'll hit it with my pinky real quick. Okay, should sound like that. A minor, slap on that F sharp note, 2nd fret on the E with your thumb, not your pinky. Abandoned, denied like a dead man out of mind. But this no one trails the hearse piece, we're going through a couple chords pretty quick, and when we're transitioning between them with our picking, I said earlier, like, we can kind of think of Travis picking as like 2 parts to it. Play the first part, don't head into the second part, just head into the new chord, if that makes sense. Okay, so like if that made sense. We're just playing that first part. The chords there, I think this is kind of like a G over a C. You could just play the C on no, or if you would like, you could take your pinky and put down the 3rd fret on the low E. Do. For 1, we're going to play a G sharp over an E. So get your E shape, take your pinky, and hike it up to this 4th fret on the low E string, okay? A minor, trails, the is going to be an E minor, the, Hurst, get yourself to an F, Hurst, and I guess on the second half of Hurst we're going to finish with a G, to a G7, okay? One more time. Abandoned tonight like a dead man out of mind, but no one trails the Hurst. A little slower. No one trails the Hurst. And here comes the brilliance of Brian D'Addario. Back to the first lyric, same kind of melody, but just that tasty, subtle variation in the chords. Okay, so this time we're gonna sing "There's a Voice," C. Let me play it real quick, and then I'll give you the chords. Voice divides the flame, sends it back from where it came to the cradle of its birth. We're at A. There's a voice, C. Divides, E7. The flame. So instead of an E minor this time, when you kind of reprise it, it's that E7. Voice divides the flame. F. And again, instead of going to a D minor from the F, we're going to go to that F sharp over D7. Sends it back from where it came. C. To the cradle, G7, of its birth. C. C7. There's a voice divides E7. The flame, F, sends it back, D7. Where it came, C, to the cradle of its G7 birth. There's a voice divides the flame, sends it back from where it came to the cradle of its birth. And I think we went over spamming that C7 earlier when we went from like soil fills the earth to abandoned denied. We've got another little different section, and we're going to do the same thing. We're rolling a C7, kind of picking patterns, starting on the B and going B string with our 3rd finger, G string with our 2nd finger, D with our thumb, back to the B, back to the top. And then we get into, go back to where you came, JoJo, where you once belonged. Go back from where you came, though you're bound to wake up again. So for that, after we spam the C7, we go to a G minor bar chord. Go C7 back from where you came is like kind of tricky and cool. We're essentially doing like a B flat kind of bar chord, but you want to catch the F note if you can by barring all 6 strings with your pointer finger, and you're going to start at the low E don't play the high E, and then, you know, B flat bar chord. And I'm kind of, when I do this, I just kind of, actually with my thumb, I'm plucking the bottom string, the low E, and then with these 3 fingers, I've got them just like resting on my 4th finger on the B string, my 3rd finger on the G, and my pointer finger on the D, and I just pluck them all at once, like that. So we're going from that to an F, where you, and then from an F to like a F, I don't know, augmented, sustained, something. F, where you, for that chord, go from your F bar chord to a, I'm barring the top with my pointer finger, 1st fret, okay? And then I've got my 4th finger on the 3rd fret of the D string and my pinky on the 3rd fret of the G. All together. Okay. And then, so that's where you came. Go back to where you came. Go back from where you came. And I like to kind of walk down to a D7 by going with my, I just slide my 4th finger up to the 7th fret on the A string. Walk it down. 7th, 6th, 5th. I'm going to play a D7 here. And if you're like, what the heck are you doing there, my guy? Take a C7 shape, slide it up so that your, you know, your pointer finger's on the 3rd fret. Slide it up 3 essentially, and that's that D7. Okay. For quick reference, I've got my 4th finger, 5th fret, A string. My 3rd finger is on the 4th fret of the D. My pinky is on the 5th of the G. And my pointer finger is on the, sorry, 3rd of the B. And I don't want to hit the high E, or the low E. No E's. Just those middle guys, and I'm actually, again, kind of bouncing with my Travis picking so that my 4th finger is going from this 5th fret on the A to the 5th fret on the E, low E. Okay. Where were we? Where you came, though you're bound to, bones dying. C chord. No, sorry, G chord. Wake up, G7. From the top, kind of slow. Go back from where you came, though you're bound to wake up again. And then the sort of solo section, I got like, not to be weird, like almost freaking high when I heard that the first time. I wasn't on anything. I was like, whoa, blew my mind. Really cool sound there. Anyhow, so for that, we're going to start with a C. I'll play through it real quick actually, and then we'll go chords, and we're Travis picking still. So for that, we went from a C to an E minor, to an F, to a D minor, to a C, G7, F, same little hammer-on thing I showed you earlier, on a D minor, back to a C, instead of an E minor, this time an E7, F, instead of a D minor, D7, with the F sharp over top, C, G7, C. Spam an F, very much like we were doing with the C7. Same chords, or same strings, roll it, and then you're into there's a sea so deep and wide. Okay. I'll go from kind of slow from go back from where you came through the little solo section there, and then we've gone long enough. We'll call it a ball game, and hopefully you guys are good and can rock. Don't take too long to say rock on. You can rock and roll, okay? Go back from where you came, though you're bound to wake up again. Hope that helped. Stay classy, you guys, and happy picking to ya.